And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.
What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. And the topic for today is you need to level up your character, which means you should be aiming to be better every single day. And before we dive into this video, I don't mean being better than everybody else, but mean being your best self possible, being the best version of yourself. Because oftentimes people tend to get these concepts mixed up. Whenever you're working on something, a lot of people probably think you're trying to be better than them, but it's not about them. It's like self improvement basically. So that's what the topic is. You need to level up your character, which means you should be getting better every single day. Like I said, whatever it is that you're doing, you should be getting smarter, stronger, faster in every scenario possible. Because like that's the only way you can win in life. That's the only way you can have big achievements in life. That's the only way you can actually move forward, by leveling up your character. And the reason why I decided to do this video, because a lot of people, they like, I don't know, there's a lot of confusion in the world today. Because like whenever you talk to a different class of people, everybody, like more people are comfortable with being lazy, being nobody. They don't want to achieve nothing. They don't want to get some money. They don't want to get a job. They don't want to get nothing. And I don't know why, but like I don't know, but we need to be getting better every single day. And the thing is, the best way to level up your character is consistency. If you keep doing something, you keep getting better and better and better and better and better. It's almost like going to the gym every single week, whether it's one time, three time, five time whole, or whatever the case may be. Like the more you keep going, the more you're gonna improve. That's how life is. If the more you keep doing something, even your cell phone, you use your cell phone every single day. Now you can close your eyes and open your phone. Now you can do anything. You can close your eyes and find whatever you're looking for. That's because that's what you're doing every single day. You can't expect to be close to perfection. Like nobody's perfect, but close to perfection is the ones that try to do better. You can't expect to get there if you never do anything. A lot of people expect to have these big achievements, and they expect to be, like they want to get somewhere, but like life doesn't work like that, my friends, because the will is inside all of us. And when I say level up your character, I mean who you really are, not who you're trying to be. Because a lot of people, they get all these concepts mixed up, where they think it's like, okay, if somebody else is doing something, if I try to do it, if it's working for them, maybe it will work for me. It doesn't work like that, because that's not you. In all my motivational videos, I've always said the same thing. You have to know who you are. You have to know your abilities. You have to know your capabilities. You have to know what you can make happen. Because like you can see somebody doing something, and if that's not your area, you're wasting your time trying it. For an example, if I'm like a content creator and you are saying, oh, it looks nice to make videos, let me go see if I can make videos too, you're not going to enjoy it. This is why whenever people try to do something, this is why they burn out, or they seem like it's overwhelming, or they feel like, oh, it's too much. Because like it's going to be too much if you don't love it. You got to do what you love. The best way to level up your character is you have to know who you are. You have to know your capabilities. You have to know your abilities. A lot of people, they spend way more time making up excuse, and they spend way more time doing everything else instead of getting to know themselves. How you expect to master the art of doing anything if you can't master the art of yourself? If you can't control your way of thinking, then you can't control where you're going. So if you can't control where you're going, how you expect to level up yourself? If that makes sense. You can't do something because somebody else is doing it. And a lot of people, I think that's what a lot of people do, is they look around and they see who's doing what, then they try to do the same thing. I think one time I made a video where I say, for some people who have no idea what they want and they're doing whatever it is that they were told, it's like somebody said, oh, go study to be a welder. They go to school for 35 years, study to become a welder, take out this big student loan, they're already in debt, and then all out of nowhere, they're like, after the course is complete, then they're like, oh, I want to see if I can go become a doctor. And then they go spend 7 to 10 years trying to become a doctor. Bro, you know how much time you waste trying to do something else that's not meant for you? And the worst thing is, all that time people waste trying to become somebody else, you can't get it back. And that's the worst thing a person could do in life. It's like doing something or trying to become somebody else. Like the thing is, people look to see who's living this lavish lifestyle, and they look to see, oh, who is doing this and who is doing that, whose life is exciting, and then they try to mimic, not say mimic, they try to become that person by, walking like them, talking like them. Because I've seen people walk like me, talk like me, dress like me, trying to be me, and I'm sitting down there thinking, I'm like, I'm looking at you, and for some reason you look exactly like me. But if I say it out loud, then it's like, oh no, blah blah, you know what I mean? So it's like that's the world where we live in. It's like people need a driving force. So it's like they look around, like I say, and they're like, oh, who's doing what? Let me go see if I can do this. Like, life doesn't work like that, my friend. If you're a believer, God bless who you are, not who you're trying to be. And the thing is, with life doesn't get easier. People just get stronger and they know how to deal with certain things. If you ever notice, if you have experience, like, say, losing a job or losing a friend or losing a relationship or you losing anything, if you experience things like when you're younger or even when you're older, if you once you have experienced something first time, the second time it's like, you know what, it is what it is, basically. And life is like that. But the thing is, a lot of people, they get it all mixed up where they waste a lot of time trying to do what everybody else is doing. Absolutely not. You will get nowhere, trust me. It's better you spend 15 years trying to be the best version of yourself, which means trying to start a company, trying to do something with yourself, trying to achieve something. You're studying, you're doing something. You have to be doing something productive. It's best you spend 15 years trying to do this instead of spending your whole life being somebody you're not. You know how hard it is to be somebody else? If you see somebody, say, singing or rapping or dancing or even snowboarding, skating, it could be anything. You know how hard it is trying to be them? It's like, bro, it's exhausting trying to be somebody else. A lot of people who know me personally, they always ask me, how are you the same like all the time? If I haven't seen you in 1 year or 6 months or 8 months or 2 months or 5 months, you're still the same. This is exactly who I am. If I try to be somebody else, then it's gonna, like, it takes way more energy trying to be somebody else. So why would I waste time trying to be somebody else? And how you expect to level up if you never overcame your first challenge? And that's what life is about. Life is about challenges. And I was about to say taking risk, but life is about challenges. If you didn't, say, overcame a challenge, how you expect to advance to the next level? You know what life really is? It's like a video game. So I'm going to use this as an example. When I was younger, I spent one whole day playing, what's it, Need for Speed Most Wanted, that racing game. I spent one whole day. I got up like, say, 4 or 5 in the morning, and I spent the whole day playing that game. Cause I was like, no, no, I'm gonna clear all the stages in one day. So I got up early, bro. I didn't even eat nothing. But when it was done, then I was like, I was hungry afterwards. But not the point. So in that game, I was like younger. I think I was in, like, what's it called, like 7 or 8 grade there. So I was like racing and racing, and when you're playing those type of games and you get the money and whatnot, I wasn't, what's it called? I wasn't, what do they call it? Setup? They call it like setting up the car or modify the car. Like, people got different terms. So it's like you spend you spend some money on the car, and the car becomes like faster. You put body on it, and like those type of things, when to like make the car better. People have different examples for it, but when I was younger, we call it like set the car up. So it's like change the tires, change the brakes and whatnot. So before we can like race the boss, because you got like a couple of stages to race people, then you have the boss to race it. You guys must know, the most of the guys will know the Need for Speed game. You got Need for Speed Most Wanted, you got different racing game and whatnot, but all the concept are still the same thing. So it's like I was like beating everybody, obviously, and then I think I beat the first boss, and then the second one I was like, oh, let me see if I can, because every race you win you get some money, right? And I was like, let me see if I can save the money and not set the car up, like not modify the car, not make the car better. So I was like, keep racing and racing and racing, and then there was one boss, no cap. Every time I race, I'm losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. I was like, wait, I'm starting off quick. I'm using NOS. I'm doing every single thing. And this car is literally beating me. And it's not even using NOS. Bro, I think I raced probably over 10 times because I remember I was like determined because I was like, no, 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 no. I want to go to the next level, but I have to beat this guy in order to go to the next level. And I was like, I'm going to clear all the stages today. Because me, I'm a very committed person. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it and I'm the type to get it done. If I don't get it done, then it affects me. So I'm racing and racing and racing and racing and racing. I won. I was like, how the hell can I not beat this car? I'm never going to go to the next level. And then there was like an icon that came up on the game because it was like a PSP, not like on the TV. So you know, like the PSP game. So that's the one we used to have when we were kids. So I'm playing it and whatnot, and then I was like, I can't beat him. And then the icon came up, and then it's like, now it's time to. I think it said repair your car, something like that. It's been literally a long time ago before I even start working in Jamaica. So it's like now it's time to repair your car. So you know, I go in there and I can see like there's icons on a lot of things that need just like to repair, and I gotta spend the money for the part to get it. And then literally as soon as I spend the money and the car was like up to date, and I race, boom, one. And like I grew up and I forgot all about it. But you know, like when you're facing with challenges, you know, some things from our childhood literally shows how we deal with things. And that's the same thing with like game. A video game is like life. In order for you to level up, you have to overcome challenges. So I was there racing the same car over and over and over for over 10 times because I was like, no, no, no. I'm not going to repair the car. I'm going to see if I can save the money and see how much I can have. But in order for the car to become faster, you got to spend the money. And that's what life is about. Like a lot of people think life is about having a lot of money, but like money do make things happen. But to me, I think life is about becoming the best version of yourself possible. Like money flows with whatever you're doing. So whether you work in a regular job or you're a content creator or you're a photographer or a videographer, money comes with it. But you got to make sure you're doing exactly what you love. You can't expect to level up yourself and become the best version of yourself possible if you never overcame challenges. And if you're a person who, anytime there's a problem, you run away from it, how are you going to overcome the challenges in order to level up to become better every single day? How you expect to, like, if you're racing somebody and you're constantly losing, how do you expect to beat him if you don't train? If that makes sense. Because me, even when I was younger, like I love street racing, but I never did track and field. And now when I'm older now, I was literally thinking about it. And like I used to race a lot of people who ran for their school. Like you know, like when we have the Olympics and people like school and school racing and whatnot. It's almost like when they're doing Olympics, but it's like schools competing against schools and whatnot. I never did that because I was like, no, I don't want to waste no time training every single day and all these things. But I was like, I used to race people who did track and field, and I used to race people who did sports. Like I never, I obviously my friends that we grew up with, but I was never one to get up and go race a random guy. That wasn't me. So the thing is, how you expect to become better if you're not trying to improve your skills, your technique? How do you expect to become better if you're not trying to get smarter? As soon as there's a problem, you throw a tantrum, you start throwing everything all over the place. Like that doesn't make nothing better for nobody. And that's exactly what life is about. The only way you can level up your character. You notice I say character? Because your character is who you are. That comes from within. So it's who you are and how you think and how you get things done. So once you know yourself and you know your capabilities and you know your abilities, and then you know your skills, you can make anything happen, especially if you're naturally talented. If you know you're talented and you know what your talent is, you can improve your talent and you can become better and better and better again. Even if you're not talented and you're skillful in some areas, you can practice your skills and you become better and better and better. How do you think people evolve? Like humans are evolving every single day. How do you think some people can go from being a nobody to being a somebody in 5 years? because they were committed, they were dedicated, they didn't pay attention to all the distractions, they didn't pay attention to everybody else. Oh, don't do this, don't waste your time trying to be better. Like, the thing is with life, everybody wants you to be better, but they don't want you to become better than them. That's the problem. So if you're like, oh, I want to do this and I'm going to stay committed, bro, the moment you have that mindset where you want to complete something, there's going to be distraction every single where, I promise you. Because I don't know, it's like, I think that's how, and sometimes the people who are trying to distract you, sometimes they don't even know. It's like you sit down and you're like, okay, no, I want to get this done. Now, all of nowhere, distractions are all around, and even you are confused. Because now it's like, wait, when I was doing nothing, I never had to worry about all of this. And now the moment I'm like, I'm trying to lock in, and then it's like people are pulling me from every single word. It's almost like, like when you're young and you're going to school and like high school, and then you get like a summer job, and then all your friends are there, they're unemployed obviously, and you're that one getting up every single day. Then to them it's like, oh, why are you going to work? Let us go somewhere else. And it's always when you are going to work, they want to do something else. Bro, the only way and the best way you can level up your character, you have to know yourself, and it takes an intense focus. Because it's like, how you expect to do this and get this done if you're not fully focused? And then while you're trying to be fully focused, you got different people around who's trying to lead you in different directions. You see, the thing is with life, sometimes it's the people that we listen to is what lead us astray. And the only way somebody can lead you astray is if they have no sense of direction. Because it's easy for two people who are going somewhere, if they have no idea where they're going, it's easy for them to get lost. But once somebody knows the way, then they can find their way. And that's what life is about. Like, if you apply like games, like video games, and like any little thing, it's like a life cycle. The only way you can get better is by consistency. Like I said, you have to be doing the same thing, if not every day, every other day. Because the moment you stop, then you're gonna, because it's human nature to constantly learning every single day. And the more you do something, the better you get at it. So it's like, if you're what's it called? If you're used to, oh, since I was talking about Need for Speed, okay, if you're used to playing Need for Speed or racing game, or you're used to like driving games and whatnot, like racing, and then out of nowhere you're like, okay, let me go play Naruto or Dragon Ball Z or Grand Theft Auto, or let me go play a different game, right? The moment you stop playing this game, the racing game, and you start playing another game, you start to get better at the second game. And then guess what? If you don't go back to the racing game, you're gonna lose it all. You're gonna lose your skills and your techniques. And then out of nowhere, once you're like, oh, I played this game before. Then once you start to like try to play the racing game again, once you zero the other game, then it's like you have to learn all over again. So that's what life is about. If you keep changing your mind, doing different things, then eventually you're gonna fall off. Because it's like you're doing something, then you stop, you go do something else, then you come back to the first thing that you were doing. Now you're learning the like you were natural at winning the racing game, but you went to go play a different game, and now you come back to the racing game that you cleared all the stage, and now you're learning all over again. If that makes sense. So it's like, the more you change your mind doing something else, or the more you do something because somebody else is doing it, like, you're gonna waste your time learning something that it's probably not even within you. It's not. You're still gonna have the basic skills to get it done, but like the skills that you had like up here, you're not gonna have it anymore because it's gone. It's the same thing like if you used to swimming, and then out of nowhere you haven't swum in a long time. You're still gonna have the basic skill to swim and survive and move around. But like all the techniques and holding your breath for how long, and moving around freely, all that's gonna be gone because now you haven't swum in a while. Now your body's not used to swimming. what do you think is going to happen? You're still going to be able to swim, but not as good as before. Same thing with racing, like track and field. If you're used to running all the time, then all of a sudden you stop for say uh 2 3 months or 4 months and your body's not active anymore. If you used to beat people in racing, and those people who you used to beat in racing, if those guys continue, racing and they're training and whatnot, and then after 5 months you go race them again, you're gonna lose because now your body's not active enough. And that's the same thing with life. In order for you to level up your character, you have to be consistent, you have to be dedicated, you have to be committed in doing something you really love and you really enjoy. If you're doing it because of everybody else, it won't work. You may think it's gonna work because it did work for somebody else, but the longer you do it, the more you're gonna see that it's not working. And sometimes, whenever people are doing something and people try to do the same thing what you're doing, sometimes they wonder if you're not exhausted because they are exhausted. For an example, if I'm a content creator and I'm posting videos, say 2 3 times a week, sorry, and then you're like, oh, it must be nice being a content creator. Let me go see. You post a video every week, and out of nowhere, you're gone for like 6 months, and then you still see me going. Then you're probably sitting down there thinking like, how is he doing it? What does he eat? Where does he get all the energy from? How is it possible? Because I love it. That's why. So that's the thing with life. You have to be committed to what you love and what you enjoy. If you go do something and you don't like it, or you go work somewhere and you don't like it, you are wasting your time. And the thing with time is we never get it back, like I said. So if you waste 5 years, 7 years, 10 years doing something you don't love, all that time fly by. Your age is still increasing, the sun is still shining, everything is still up and running. The only difference is you waste your time doing something that wasn't meant for you. No, you can't level up. No, you're there sitting down like, how can I fix this problem? And how can I deal with this? It's not gonna work. Life doesn't work like that. And the only way you can level up, the only way you can boss yourself up and put yourself in certain areas, like life is about being competitive. Everywhere you go in the world, somebody's doing the exact same thing what you're doing. They probably did it before you, and then while you start, somebody else is doing it after you. So if you're not a competitive person, sorry, I don't know, you won't you probably won't survive in this world because everything you do, track and field, content creator, rapping, even going in a regular job to go work, you have other people in there trying to take your spot. Everywhere you go in the world, it's like that. But the only way you can win is by leveling up your character, by being better every single day, because that's what life is about. Being the best version of yourself, where you're constantly improving, growing, and changing. And don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to say you need to be better than everybody else, because a lot of people think if you're doing something, you're trying to be better than them. But those are like small-minded, narrow-minded people where they sit down and think, "Oh, he's doing that because he think he's better than me." It's not about being better than you. It's about being better every single day for me. But that's just how a lot of people think. Like, even when I was younger and I was going to school, a lot of people used to think, "Oh, you think he's better than me?" And I was like sitting on there thinking, I was like, "What did I do for the whole school to think that I'm better than them?" Because you see, sometimes, bro, it's how you present yourself, which means how you walk, how you talk. If you're disciplined, do you throw tantrum when you don't get your own way? If somebody say, "Oh no, sorry, I can't help you," do or you say, "Okay," and you walk away. But that's the thing with life. We get better and better and better by being dedicated. A lot of people, they will say, "Oh yeah, I'm dedicated, I'm motivated, I'm ready to go." Once the work starts, everybody's gone. But those are the kind of people where you can't elevate. Because you see, in life, sometimes most roads we walk, sometimes we have to walk it alone. You ever notice, especially for a guy, once you decide to get your life together, then out of nowhere, all those distractions, all those people who were there to say, "Oh, let's go here and there," all of a sudden they leave you alone. That's life. And that's what's it called? That's the thing a man have to deal with once a man make his mind up to say, "You know what? I want to get my life together. I'm sick and tired of being broke. I want to get some money. I want to be financially stable. I want to be somebody. I want my voice to matter. I want when I speak, people listen. I don't want to be that guy when I'm talking, everybody's walking around, nobody care who I am, nobody want to take no picture with me, nobody's interested in me. Once a man make up his mind to start get his purpose serious or get on his purpose serious or lock in and say, you know what? I'm tired of being a nobody. I want to do something with myself. Once a man decides to say that, you're going to end up isolated. You know why? Because all the distraction people, they're going to leave you alone. And then once you have overcame your challenges when you're locking in trying to be better, you could be doing anything or starting a business, it could be anything. Once you start to evolve, that's when you start to come around the same class of people as you. You know, it's funny because like once people get serious with their lives and they're like, okay, I want to become somebody or I want to be something great, and they start to move forward in that area, and then all of a sudden they're isolated because all their distraction friends say, you know what, since that person want to go be somebody and they want to go do hard work, go, I'm gonna sit here and be broke. So if you want to go get rich, go do all your hard work, and I'm gonna sit down and watch and see how long it takes you. You know, sometimes when a person is locking in on their grind and then all of a sudden they're isolated, not everybody can stand being isolated, so they go back to all their broke friends, and that's how you end up being left of the town. Because if you're doing something or you're going to tell somebody that you're going to do something, they're going to sit back and they're going to watch you, not to see you win, but to see you come back to them. You see, that's how funny life is. People will say to you, oh, go and try and do your best. But the thing is, once you do your best and you start to move forward, that's when all those people who said that they wanted you to do your best, that's when they become your enemies, because you're not supposed to be better than them. So, like I was saying, when they say, "Oh, go, you want to go become somebody, go work hard and go do all of this on go," because to them it's unnecessary, so they're going to try to get in your head. So once you go there and then you start to do some things and then you come back to them, what do you think they're going to say? Haha, see, you think you're better than us, look, you're the same. You think you're going to be somebody, you think you're going to become rich. No, 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 all of us are broke and so are you, because you're sitting out with us. It's almost like when you're trying to go up, everybody trying to drag you down. So within that isolation period, nobody's trying to drag you down because you're isolated. You're by yourself. You're working in silence. There's no distraction. And a lot of people, they fail to understand that being isolated, there's no noise. You can work freely. And then not because they can know what to do, so they go back to the same people because they're afraid of being, say, isolated. Which, bro, if you're isolated somewhere, you're alone, you can think clearly. You don't have nobody trying to distract you. You can work freely. You don't have your phone ringing. You don't have the TV going off. You don't have nobody knocking on your door. But I guess some people need help. I'm happy I'm not one of those people that constantly need help. Because if I was one of those people who constantly needing help, I would not be where I am today. I'm happy I wasn't made like that, trust me. Because some people, you have to be there with them every day. It's like a walk in the park. But how are you going to expect to level up if somebody else is helping you? Somebody else helping you doesn't make you better. There was a saying when I was growing up: if you want a job done, you do it yourself. Because somebody, if you tell somebody to do something, they won't get it done the same way how you want it to be done, if that makes sense. But the best way, or the only way you're gonna win in life is by leveling up your character. Life doesn't get easier, we just get stronger. If you can't be committed to who you are and determined to win and prove everybody wrong, how are you gonna level up? How are you gonna become better? A lot of people, they waste all their time. Oh, life is getting harder day by day. Look who's saying life is getting harder. You don't see all the millionaires and business owners saying life is getting harder. It's always one who are unemployed. When you see people, oh, it's so hard, nothing's happening, nobody ain't getting no money, it's always the broke ones who are talking like that. And they're the ones who are trying to convince the next generation that, oh, don't go become somebody, let's all stay here and become nobodies. This is why only, I would say, 5% of people who are actually successful. Because the other ones, they decided to listen to everybody else and they decide to be lazy and they don't want to do nothing with themselves. But the best way to win in life, you have to level up your character. And your character is who you are, not who you're trying to be. There's a difference. So I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back doing more things. You're going to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.